What's going on in the housing market in Greenville, North Carolina in May 2025?
We do these videos here every single month, so you can stay tuned in what's happening right here, right now in our market. Not necessarily what's happening in the national news, but what's happening right here, right now.
Exactly. We wanted to focus first on inventory, which is one of the most important driving factors in market of the Greenville, North Carolina, and saying that we started with the active homes because that is one of the indicators for the inventory, and we had 229 active homes in Greenville, North Carolina in months of April that we have data. Then in March it was 239. Last year this time was 212, which put us at year-over-year increase of 8%.
Now, under contract, pending, contingent, all of these are basically have slightly different words, but basically all mean the same thing. Now, for April, it was 118, which means all these houses are under contract. So there's 118 homes under contract, 117 in March, the month before that, and 110 last year at this time. So it's actually up 7.3%.
Also, part of this equation, knowing the number of the house sold in Greenville, North Carolina, because that's all counted to actually calculate the inventory rate based on the months in Greenville, North Carolina, saying that we had 92 homes sold in April 2025. In March this number was 88 homes, and last year this time was 98 homes. Therefore, it's still from last year to this year we had 6.1% of decrease in housing market in Greenville, North Carolina.
Now we're going to do some math for you, and why this math matters is the formula is active plus pending divided by sold. But why this math is important is it gives us the inventory rate, and this inventory rate is going to tell us by data if it's a buyer's market, seller's market, or balanced market. Generally speaking, the closer to zero, it's the hottest of the hot seller's market. The further a number it goes far out, it's basically a buyer's market. Around that 6-month mark is considered a balanced market.
Exactly. Therefore, we are 3.77 months in April 2025, and in March actually was 4.05 months. Last year was 3.29, and from last year to this year, still we had increase of 14.59% increase, but still we are in the seller's market.
Closer to balance. Closer to balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to jump on days on market, list price, sold price, mean home value, rental value. How many of this home is new construction? How many of them are single family homes? How many are townhomes? We have so much to talk about after introductions. Let's hit it.
Now that we are back after a break, we're gonna start with the average days on market, which is when the house gets listed and sold, how long does it take? And for Greenville, North Carolina, it was 51 days that it took in April 2025, which is way shorter than March, which was 65 days, and last year was 55 days. It's still, we got year-over-year decrease in less, 7.27% in housing market of Greenville, North Carolina.
Now, let's talk about list price. List price is when it's entered into the MLS, how much is entered into the MLS for. Now, in April, it was $264,900, March $268,900, last year at this time $266,400. So it's actually down about a little bit of a 0.5%.
Exactly. Now we wanted to also talk about median sale price, how this house is actually sold for. But again, this is a middle number in that Excel sheet. Doesn't mean this house exactly related to the house that my wife said as a list price. Therefore, $252,750 was for April 2025. In March was $269,808, which is a weird number, and last year at this time was $267,000 even, which we had decrease of 5.34% year over year.
Now we're going to talk about price per square foot. Now this is just a rough number. It's going to be a lot of it's going to depend on your location, the condition of your home. So take this as a rough estimate of what is happening in the market as we speak, rather than what's going on with your home. But with that median list price, if you're buying any home, including condo, townhome, or single family home, brand new, it was $170 a square foot.
Exactly. And if we just focus on all pre-owned home, including condo, townhouse, and single family home, this number looked at $150 $42 per square feet.
Now, if we're just go micro into the single family homes and single family homes only, that brought us to $174 per square foot for brand new.
And if you just focus on single family home, pre-owned was $154 per square feet.
Now we're going to look at how much of this construction is actually going to be, how much of the supply is going to be new construction versus previously owned. Now in April, it was 3.8 months of supply for new construction. It was 3.3 in March before that, so new construction is actually up 15%.
But in housing market of Greenville, North Carolina, inventory for pre-owned actually increased, meaning that in March 2025 that was 1.7 months for pre-owned home, and it increased in April to 1.9 months, which is translate to 11.76% year month over month in Greenville, North Carolina.
Now in April, what just happened when we look at those homes for sale, how many of them that just hit the market were single family homes, townhomes, and condos? So for new construction, single family homes was 24 new homes, pre-owned 72, some of 96, which is about a little more than 60%, 60.38% of the market.
Exactly. And if we just focus on brand new townhomes, we had 30 brand new townhomes in market of Greenville, North Carolina, and also 22 pre-owned townhouse in Greenville, North Carolina, which put us at 32.7% of the market share in housing market of Greenville, North Carolina.
Now with condos, nothing was new with condos. There was 11 pre-owned, which is about 6.92% of the condo of the total market was condos.
Exactly. Now we wanted to see how long does it take, or average days on the market for each category in Greenville, North Carolina, that you get a better picture of what's going on in the market.
Right, for single family homes, for days on market, it took on average for brand new homes 83 days on the market. For pre-owned, it was 30 days, which is actually means pre-owned sells faster than new by 64, almost 64%, 63.86%.
And if we just focus on townhouse, brand new townhomes took 133 days to get it sold in Greenville, North Carolina, versus the pre-owned took 47 days, which means that pre-owned actually sold 64.66% faster than brand new townhouse.
Now we're going to talk about mean home value, which is one of my favorite things to talk about, because mean is a mathematical number. What do we do in math with a mean? You factor out the outliers to really kind of see what's happening in the middle, and that is basically in housing, consider how we measure appreciation. So mean for housing, we're going to factor out the mansions, factor out the shacks, and really look at what's happening in the middle to see the percent changes up or down. So it's been up for years. So anyway, April 2025, 235,603. March, 235,576. April 2024, 232,309. So actually year over year change is 1.4%.
On the other side, the rental market also got hotter in Greenville, North Carolina, meaning that the average rent in the market of Greenville, North Carolina for all bedrooms is $1,500, which year over year and months over months actually we had increase of $100, and this number could go up to $3,000, depends on the number of bedroom and the location of the place.
Now if you're spending $1,500 to $3,000 in rent, it is really considered time to think about buying a home, because we have options for you if you're paying these average rents. So I would say when it is time to buy a home, you'll know when it's time to buy a home, you feel it, and it is time to make something yours. And I can't wait to talk to you about it, especially if you're paying these rents.
Exactly. Don't forget to call us or book a calendar with us at 252-327-3357. I'm Victoria Pinder, a real estate agent professional in Greenville and Winterville, North Carolina. And here is all of the playlist, everything that you need to know about Greenville, North Carolina. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel, support us, and see you next time.